cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Alright, fuck it. Welcome to the Cult of Personality podcast. I'm your host per usual, Mikeymcchoppa. We are having some funny little audio things because my computer's fucking ancient and doesn't want to record anything. So we're here with one microphone today. With us today is Indigo for the second time. Last time we had him on was in the beginning of the pod, and that was about
a year and a half ago, I think.
Yeah, we were all the way back in like March or so. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm honored to be here. I lost my vape. I'm trying to act normal, but yeah, I'm doing awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
Bro. Hot potato. We found the vape. It's such, dude, I mean, the first time that I had you on, number one, we recorded my longest episode, and we talked about some, like, crazy deep shit. Like, we, like, talked about music and art for, like, maybe, like, 20% of the interview, and then it was just, like, bullshit. And also, that was our first time meeting or ever talking to each other beyond the DM.
Yeah.
And now we're friends, and you're here in the crib and shit, and this is your first time at the crib, too.
Online homies become IRL friends. Online homies have become IRL friends, you feel me?
Absolutely. Here. But yeah, bro, overall, I'm very happy to have you back. And we're going to catch up because here's the thing. We were just having this conversation, you know? It's like some people, you try to catch up and it's like, not much going on. But you've been fucking, when we first started talking, you kind of like barely had anything on your page. You kind of like were like barely doing anything like scene wise, and now you're like here doing shows, you're here doing music videos, you're here doing songs, you're here fucking collaborating with how fucking hallowcorpsemafia or whatever, and Gaki and all these names. So like, bro, tell us about that, kind of dive into it.
Fuck yeah. Here, I'm gonna pass you the joint.
Alright, here, let me give you like a little like better, like, let me do this for the Instagram portion of everything, you know? Indigo, for the second time.
Yes.
Not the name, not the image, but how have you been? Catch us up on that.
I'm doing fucking awesome. Shout out hallowcorpsemafia. I have joined that collective. We're making awesome music. We're gonna be releasing weekly. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to be focused on like doing my creative shit and like forgetting everything else that's like not really like important to my life. I just like want to do better, you know. It's awesome that I've been doing that.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm so happy that we just have to fucking hot potato this mic the whole time. It's gonna make it so funny. But bro, shout out number one. When did you join the collective? How long ago was that? Because I feel like that was like sudden that you started like jacking that.
Yeah, so that was like kept hush hush for a bit because like we wanted to do like, well, we're still trying to like revamp HoloCorps, and yeah, so it's been like under the wraps as to why I like the announcement of when I joined. But on my last show, that was like the announcement, like playing that first HoloCorps song, which is 9 Sigils with Dolly. Shout out Dolly. But yeah, that was like you're HoloCorps now. Like that show, and like.
So that's cool. It took like a little bit of like an initiation.
Yep.
Prove you're worthy, you know.
You don't want to just have anyone in a collective, because like in this day and age, like you really don't know who's like got the right intention, and I'm really trying to just like bring everyone up with me, and like my friends, my girlfriend, everyone. Just like I want, you know, like everyone to shine. And like have like a healthier space in the scene for sure.
Absolutely, bro. I love that you touch on that because I feel like I've been to. I mean, I don't go to the shows that much. I'm an old ass man, but like when I do go to like shows and shit, I'm gonna take these off. When I go to like shows and shit, sometimes people be like, I don't know, and this is like people. It has nothing to do with like event planners or anything, but people be low vibrational as fuck, and like sometimes I feel like the scene can invite so many negative things just because of like the vibration that people be on and shit like that. Or maybe it is to do with like, you know, whatever, like people within the scene as well, like performers and shit. Like who knows what frequency they're attracting. But all I'm saying is that it's cool that you make the effort and like pay attention to that, as in the like making it healthy and good and positive and encouraging and like stuff like that, like the scene and music and community, because it's easy for it to become something so negative, you know?
Yeah, and it's like I spent a lot of time like being the person in the crowd, like watching the performers. This is by far no shade to anyone like in close proximity to me, or like in my like inner life, because y'all are fucking talented and y'all have good intention with what you guys are doing. Sorry. But yeah, I spent a lot of time just watching people, and like I'd always see like the most like low vibrational people like performing and talking about like really bad habits and making it like seem like it's something that like you'd want to do to yourself, which is like, yeah, like I talk about that shit too, and being like, I smoke weed on the daily, or like, you know, but like
how, oh, there you go, that's what I was looking for. But how bad is that in comparison to like fucking taking Xans every day and like popping perks?
yeah, but it's also like how you're talking about it, you know? Like when I'm trying to talk about that shit, I'm like, this is fucked up, and like it's not okay that I'm doing this. You know, I'm trying to change. Like when I first started speaking to you, Mikey, I was doing like mad psychedelics, and I was like into like the most hippie shit ever. And like as wise as that made me, like doing drugs on the daily just made me really lose touch with like reality and like my like goal. And like that's why like now when I talk about these things, like I talk about it in like a past tense kind of way, like, you know, like thinking back on those times, or like doing like other substances, or like being in bad headspaces, like trying to talk about it in a way where it's understanding it, not like supporting it, you know?
Right. Yeah, like more, instead of like, because I think what's so easy for people to do is praise drug use, especially because like of the lifestyles we praise in the media, like partying and fast cars, women, drugs, whatever the fuck, you know, and it's like very cliche to say, but it's true, you know? And so like to take a step away from that and hold on, I got a little lost with my high ass, hold on.
Nah, yeah.
I got a little lost with my high ass, hold on, topic change. Give me a second. Say what you were saying again so I can recap my thought.
Like people just like talking about like bad habits in a way where it's not like understanding it, where it's more so like being like oh my god, I do this so I'm special, when it's like there's a sea of people doing that.
Right. Societally, that is like praised in the media and stuff, and I feel like that's what make people feel like they need to grab towards this brass ring of like showing that lifestyle, portraying that lifestyle. Whether I'm flexed up with guns because I'm on some drill shit, or I'm flexed up with bitches because I'm on some whatever shit, like very surface like shit, you know. And it's like, take a step away from that, because you know, it's like that's not reality. It's like a lot of materialistic bullshit, and like people feel the need to praise drug use, and because it's like to them it's like a one up, or like a I'm cool type shit, you know, like very like high school mentality. And you know, I think understanding it and like coming at it in a neutral context, or a neutral attitude rather than a positive or negative one, because sometimes coming at things with a negative attitude can really like make you, I don't know, like
self-doubt and be like believe that that's what you're supposed
like
to
define yourself by it and shit. Exactly.
And it's like that's like the thing though, like I want to like make sure that like, because like our audience, like I've noticed like regardless of like if it's like something that like you want, like as creatives, like we're gonna have a like majority youth audience. And like what you're saying, they're gonna be like, I want to be like that guy, because they look up to you. And like then they're gonna start following in your footsteps. And because I looked up to Peep, and I started doing like mad drugs when I started making music, and I thought that was cool. But like looking back on it, I didn't look cool. I was just like really like sad, and like that's like what I want people to like kind of like realize in like my younger generation, especially because like I got my brothers growing up, and I don't want them being like out here doing the shit that I do, because like, you know, like I know motherfuckers, you know.
Bro, I feel you. Like, especially like when it comes to like, there's two contexts to where I worry about like what the youth is consuming, and I make it very much affects like how I approach content and stuff, because Not only do I have 444, not only do I have a little sister, and she's like on YouTube now and stuff like that. She's like 10, and she's on YouTube now and stuff. And it's like, as a content creator, I'm watching I'm seeing what she's watching, how it affects her growing up. I gotta watch what I say and stuff, because I remember growing up and almost falling into the alt-right pipeline because of like commentary YouTubers and shit, like saying fucked up shit and knowing no better, you know. So, like, number one, there's that, and then I have like cousins, younger cousins, but you know, like 14 to 16 range, and with all this music, the drill music and stuff, because they're all from the Bronx, you know. Shout out to Bronx. That's where like all my family's from. That the drill scene's very heavy over there. Obviously, it's like where it birthed, like for the New York drill, whatever the fuck, in like Brooklyn and shit. And that shit affects them, and I see them thinking that shit's cool and like, you know, whatever, and like posting that shit and whatever, and like the lifestyle, but it just glamorizes not only such low vibration shit, but like even like on the surface, like, bro, murder and robbing. Why?
You ever see on like, you're like, I know I'm not the only motherfucker that does this, and I get shamed by my girlfriend for doing it, but you ever scroll through YouTube Reels and you see like kids like rapping about like killing people and shit, and it's just like, you don't know anything about that. You don't live that lifestyle. Your dad might, but like you don't, and like it's just like so like fucked, because like it's like, that's not cool. Like it's not cool. Like it's like just, I don't know.
Oh shit. Sorry. No, it's okay. I like cut my hand like an idiot rather than like pinching it. I noticed like that shit was like crazy, like with like going back to like the drill music and shit, like that shit was crazy, like when like that 12-year-old, it was like a 12-year-old like died in the train station, and it was because he was on some shit like that, like some killer shit. Why the fuck are you 12, 13 on some killer shit, bro? It's because they glamorize it. These kids shouldn't even know about this shit. They should be in school, you know?
And now you see like motherfuckers, like even like just random ass like nobodies just like making drill music and like using the term "don't run, don't trip" or like dissing this kid, and it's like, who the fuck are you 40-year-old like dude that's like, dog, like what the fuck are you doing, dog? Like that's just like, it's such a bad culture, and like I don't know, yeah, I don't fuck with it.
Or like the fact that like music like that could become so mainstream that people don't even know what they're saying when they say smoking on, like people be saying like smoking on that Tuka pack, like white kids, and they don't even know who the fuck Tuka was, you know. Yep. And stuff like that, and it's like just becomes like a lot of room for misunderstanding and uneducated shit. And the same thing with drug use. That's why kids fucking hear like what their rappers are saying, and a lot of the music's exaggerated, but they think that because it's like glamorized, like the rappers really on that shit, or the rappers really talking some real shit, but their immunity is way higher than some fucking 13-year-old kid listening to them, and kids end up fucking overdosing and shit. And it's like, you have to be very cautious and conscious and aware when you're a content creator, a creator of any sort. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think this is very important. My brain just blank, so fucking, what's it called? Let's switch the topic change. Let's like change. For future Mikey watching, just add like a comical like spinning like frame change. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we'll do, like sound effect and all. There you go. I put it in here, so I'll watch it back and I'll fucking know.
Yeah.
Yo, absolutely. But yeah, bro. Topic change now. Recently, I wanted to recap on something you did super recently, and if we recorded on the original day, it would have been last night, but you had work. So a couple days ago, what is today? Wednesday? So like 4 days ago? 4 days ago, you performed at the Horsehead Show in New York City in the Kingsland, and you were there with Gaki. You were there as Indigo.
Yes, sir.
Man, tell me about the night. Tell me how it went. Talk about it, man. That's really cool, bro. Fucking Horsehead was like the first member of GVC I got into after Peep type shit. Yeah. And like I wanted to go to the show, but I didn't know if he was gonna play any like the songs I liked.
He did.
He did.
Yeah. So it was awesome. Like shout out Mola and Good Hits for giving me that opportunity. You know, #Kotu. You see the shirt Mullet Mania. If he pulls up, if Mullet comes out with another Mullet Mania, you should definitely come out and see everything that there is. It's awesome. Big things coming. But yeah, the show itself was awesome. Like, it was a really good crowd. Like, everyone was like jumping, and like people were like cheering us on, and it was dope. Like, it's taken me a really long time to like get comfortable with performing. I think the first show I did good at was the yard show. Like, everything before that was like really, like, I was so awkward, and I would like not move. I wouldn't even look at the crowd or interact with them in any way. But
cool, because the yard show, you hosted the yard show, and it was like very personal to you. So do you feel like it helped you like come out of your shell because it was like more in like your field, like, you know, like literally?
oh yeah, nah, literally speaking, yeah, I felt like that was like on some like video game shit where you have like your own like training room, and like you're able to do like figure out what you're trying to do. Like, that was the first show where I decided to like start like screaming my vocals, or like putting like actual like emotion and energy into my voice, instead of like worrying about how I was gonna sound to the crowd, or if I was gonna sound the same way I sound on the song. Cause like that shit doesn't really matter. It's like how you're interacting with the crowd.
Yeah.
And like
Stage presence is so
important, dog.
So important.
And like now I've kind of started playing into it, like being like, yeah, I am that anxious kid, and like the anxiousness just makes me like be goofy, like, and I start like just like dancing like in a comical way, or like, you know, just like doing shit.
Some character.
Yeah.
Like energy to the room, you know.
Exactly, showing that like, yeah, I speak about dark shit, but I'm not like an evil person, or like, you know, I'm not gonna like bite you if you come up to me. Like, deadass, like some kid, like, yo, shout out that kid, because he always films for my shows, and like that's some real shit. But like, he was like, fuck, I can't remember. He's just been coming to my shows a lot, and like this last time, like, he sent me all the videos he took, and like he was like, yo, like, and no disrespect to Horsehead, because I respect you and I love your music, but he was like, I came for you, and like that shit was just like,
bro, I told Gaki the same shit. I was like, yo, bro, like, I don't even really care to go to that show for real, because I don't even know if Horsehead's gonna play the track. So like, I was like, I want to go and see you guys perform Amount to, because like I was like, really, I'm heavy bumping that shit, bro.
yeah, we performed that song, dog, and like people like shout out my girlfriend for singing along, because that definitely helped out the crowd like understand like what we were saying, because like by like the second verse everyone was saying what we were saying, and like they were like screaming that shit, and people were moshing, and it was just like holy shit, like this shit's real. Like, I don't know, like it was just like surreal, like it just like, it's an energy that like I don't really know how to explain, like, other than like the hype that like, no, not the hype, I don't know, it's just crazy. It's like, it's beautiful. Like, I love performing, and like that shit, every time that I take like a time off from performing because I think that I need to like rest, like it's like so bad, because like that's what I want to be doing, and like, and then I come back to that and I'm like, oh shit, life is good again, and like, yeah, so like that shit was just a surreal experience.
I feel like with that rejuvenating moment every time you perform or like do something in that aspect, I feel like that's like the confirmation, like, yo, this is you, this is what you're doing.
Yeah, literally, it's like, dog, the only other good thing I can do, like, if it was for like survival, I'd say is like, I'm a good ass barista, you know, like shout out making coffee, because but like when it comes to music, dog, like that's where I'm like, there's no doubt about what I'm doing when it comes to my future. It's just, this is me, this is what's happening right now. These people are acknowledging what I'm doing, and it's resonating with them, like, not on a sense where it's like, he's cool, but it's more so like, the shit you just said, man, like that was some real shit. Like, people kept coming up to me after the show and being like, damn, like Like they're like fire shut, and then they're like, you were talking your shit, bro, and it's just like, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. Like I want like that shit to like be like some bone chilling like
resonate with people.
Yeah, like
strike a nerve. You know?
Yeah, literally.
Hell yeah, bro. I think that's always and I'm biased when I say this sentence. I'm not saying this objectively for everybody else. This is subjective. But personally, I feel like the goal with music should always be to try to make someone feel something, you know, and not like something beyond the surface.
Yeah.
We're so full of bullshit every day. Make someone feel something real. You know, a lot of people just make music to just like, you know, for like bullshit reasons and surface reasons. So the music is surfaced, and when you make something so deep and like, you know, full of like, I don't know, emotion, full of consciousness, you know, like sentience, it's like it's different, and it's like literally like if you look at it in the spiritual sense, when you like record something with all of this intent and all of this behind it, it's like every time it's played, it's like it's supposed to make someone feel something, you know, because it's packed with that.
Yeah.
That should be the goal.
It's like therapeutic, and that's what I like. That's really how I knew that I love music, cause like on even on a spiritual sense, dog. Like it's like you're capturing that like emotion or that feeling, and you're compartmentalizing it into a sense where you can play it back, you can understand it. You could even like feel different a week later from it, you know. But it's just that you got it out in a way that doesn't hurt anyone, or like hurt yourself, you know, and like that's awesome. And I love like understanding shit in that way, because it's like, one, I'm helping myself understand, and two, I'm helping someone else understand, because it's like people glamorize a lot of this shit, and it's like they don't understand it, they're just doing it. But I want people to, if they're gonna do it, understand it, you know. I can't control everyone or be like the God and be like, you shouldn't do this, because like you could do whatever the fuck you want, you know. Just like don't hurt yourself or others, you know. And like I also think that some music that's like goofy or like really surface level, like I think some of it's bad for culture, but I feel like sometimes, especially with like New York scene, it's like it's a very grim space sometimes, and like a lot of people are trying to do things in a certain way or like be like a certain artist, but it's so many people crammed in one area that it's like really oversaturated. So nobody really, like if you're going to like some emo show, you're gonna hear a lot of really low vibrational things. But I think something that's changing now is like with people like Xavier So Bass, they make like goofy ass music, and like no disrespect, like I think it's like a good thing. You guys are like, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, oh shit, I don't really gotta worry about shit. I could just like clap my hands and like, you know, turn up and like
turn up music. Absolutely. And that even music like that, like it's not mainstream bullshit. Like their music is like, their intent is to turn up though and to have a good time, and that's what it does, you know. Every like when I went to when I took that vlog at the Cody's Latte thing or whatever, and I saw Xavier So Bass, and I saw Xavier So Bass again by accident at the Tracy show that just happened at wherever the fuck he duck, Warsaw. And both times, you know, like people really turn up for that kid, you know. And like that's cool. That's just cool that they have that intent. That's their goal, and they hit it. You know, they strike it rather than just it being some fucking bullshit. But it's really smart to be like aware of this stuff. I'm glad we're talking about it, because people aren't aware of like any of this shit. Like this, some people like are never like, some people never awake to like this side of the shit. You know, they only know the physical surfaced shit. You know, and so like to talk about it and make people aware of it.
To all aspiring artists or younger youth artists, if you want to do shit, take notes of this conversation, because like I feel like these are the things that aren't really spoken about when you're trying to become an artist. Like I've been like growing up, I used to be in so many group chats of like people trying to like share my music and I'll share yours, and like I love that shit because it's like very wholesome, and like, but it's also like everybody's like fiending for that like spotlight, like which one of us is gonna get it. And then like I've had that turn into like sour things before, and like it's like you just gotta stay aware and like like carry good intentions, and like anything is possible. Just put your mind to it.
Damn right. I think when you realize that all this shit is like on a frequency base and like all this shit is beyond physical, I feel like it even gives you more courage and more power to want to do it, because you realize like, oh shit, there's a science to it.
Yeah.
It's not chance, it's not luck.
Yeah.
There's a science to this shit, and you just have to, you just have to pay attention and read in between the lines, and you'll figure it out. You'll figure out the formula.
Yeah.
It really keeps you going. Trust. That's how I've like, as me keeping that attitude has gotten me as far as I am today. Maybe we're delusional. No, we're not.
And if we are, then like shout out being delusional, because like
I love it.
it's gotten me to where I am and where Mikey's at, and like in saying that, I say that confidently because last time we had this we did this podcast thing, I was sitting in like my mom's room, or not my mom's room, my room in my mom's house. I was so stoned. I was like worrying about talking too loud, or if you would hear my mom, or like just like and like my music back then, like when you said and I remember this when you pointed out a couple of songs, like my first couple of songs, I was like, oh shit, like I didn't want to talk about those, and then but like it was like good that you brought that out, because like that made me like really be like, damn, like if I'm gonna like be like I have shit to offer, I gotta like actually have shit to offer, not just like shit I did to like try to sound like someone that I really looked up to, and like I don't know, but like that was just like a cool like moment, because like it was like, damn, like one, like you actually took the time to listen, which I really appreciated, and like two, like just like coming back and like actually having like more substance to like everything is just like is dope. Like it makes me very proud of us.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, I resonate with a lot of what I resonate with a lot of what you're saying. I can't speak today. I resonate with what you're saying a lot. However, I was literally in my mom's fucking house too, in my room, worrying about being too loud and shit like that, and like also worrying about their judgment of me, because they just think I'm their loser ass fucking 19-year-old doing a fucking interviewing thing in his room online with strangers on the internet who make music online, who we're all like doing it together, like struggling together, like we could just be all seen as a collective failure by my parents, and so and with all of that being said, it's like we still like, bro, just found the courage and found it in ourselves, and just there's a science to it. And look at us now, like you're out of that housing situation and you're freer and you're more into this shit than ever before. You're putting all of this feeling and this sentience into your music, into your videos, into your art, into all this shit. I'm still waiting for my Indigo t-shirt, by the way. And with the pod, me too, man. I mean, I got out of my mom's crib, and I'm more into it than ever, and it's only growing more and more, and you realize you're diving into this shit, you're embracing it because it's meant for you, because it's calling you. There's the science to it. Just line up with it, align,
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Literally, dog. Not even that, just like dab me up for that, because that's real shit.
Absolutely.
Nah, yeah, like I don't know, this is like a whole trip, because like if you would have like told me like 4 years ago that this is like how life would be, like I would not I'd be like, there's no fucking way, dog. Like I don't go out of my room, like I play video games, like
Literally.
and it's like I don't know, it's just surreal. Like you just really gotta keep on going, like regardless, even if it's just your parents hating you and no one else is being like, you're just trash, like just keep going. Because now like I send my mom videos of the shows, or like I'll call her after and I'll be like, yo, like I just did this shit, and she's like, how many people were there? And I'll be like 100, or like the first time it was like 20, and now it's like 100, and then it's like she's like, oh shit, and then like she now is like understanding, like this is you, this is what you're doing, and like you're not gonna be no doctor. You are a creative. This is what your calling is. And that's like a good moment to have, because like you just gotta stand your ground on like who you want to be, and then everyone else will start to believe that that is who you are, because that's, I don't know, like Mikey says, there's a science to it, and I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, bro. Man, this shit's crazy. Life is crazy. This is why you shouldn't smoke during and before the pod, because I'm just here like, man, I'm not structured at all. But I mean, it's a recap, so it's not even like there needs to be much structure. This is it. This is the interview. But bro, no, yeah, there is a fucking science to it. That's the main point to nail into the coffin. But it's just really cool, bro. And it's cool that your mom fucking takes the time to like be like, yo, that's what's up, and like ask how much and stuff like that. Yeah. I love my mom. It's my mom's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday to her. And when this comes out, it'll be whenever. But she doesn't, she doesn't really give a fuck. It's because she's doing her own thing all the time, My mom be in her own world, but like, she don't give a fuck about my podcast, like I just do my thing and I'm just here,
She's a city girl. She do what she wants.
Yeah. It's like just like doing your own thing, man. But it's cool. Like it's cool that you had like to have that validation from a parent, bro. Is so fucking awesome, bro. Yeah. And like, to those who don't have it, like, me too. Shout out, y'all.
Keep going.
You're not alone in this shit. Like I think that's like something like to talk about real quick. Like so many people's fucking parents are like stuck in like an old mindset. And like stuck in like fucking 1990s and 2000s when you needed a fucking associate's degree to be a cashier at McDonald's, they think like the world still is what it is and like everything's like capitalist based, and it's like, oh bro, go to college and da 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 and da da da. Bro, people have bachelor's degrees and still have trouble finding employment, It's not the same world anymore. So like college is a waste of time type shit, or not a waste of time if you're going for it because you're passionate, or you're going into it because you just have a plan. Good, but if you're just wandering into it thinking it's gonna work out, you might as well just go and try doing music or try being an actor or some shit because it's not the same world. We have social media. It's so much easier to be an influencer and to gather people into your energy, into your space. Give it a try. Why, like, and so many people's parents are pretty much not accepting of that. I've had friends who've been sent to, like, wilderness fucking boot camps because their parents didn't like how much they were, like, making music and shit like that. Like, white kid shit, but, very much, like, real life. And it's like, bro, that shit could be so fucking discouraging to a creator and to what they're doing. And it's just, like, you gotta keep going. Fuck that shit. Sometimes, like, bro, like, you just gotta realize, like, this is not me projecting at all. You gotta realize that like parents are like I feel like people, because you hold your parent to a perfect standard by default because like they raised you and they like showed you how to live and shit like that, it's like it makes it all the more much more deep when they disprove of something you do or whatever. And you have to realize they're human beings with flaws just like everybody else, and so their opinion doesn't matter that much in like the nicest way possible. Keep going, keep creating. I just wanted to say that. I feel like that's so important, and like especially because there's a lot of young kids that watch the pod and stuff. I realize, like, like not young, but like 17 years old and shit like that. It's good to talk about.
Keep going, man, or woman, or they thems.
Zers.
Facts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Here you go, I'll put that right now. Give me this. I forget I'm the host. Recently you just put out a video with Gaki. It was for Gaki's song, or Lil Pendejo. And it was called Amount To. And bro, tell me about not only the creating, like the song making process of that song, because it's really fucking good. Go check it out on Gaki's SoundCloud. Yeah. And the link will be, find your fucking way. I'll put the link in the description below.
Follow me on Instagram.
It's
at 6 Wings Hurt.
Hell yeah.
And you'll find it.
Oh yeah, like the little social media pop-up overlay will pop up on the video, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it like, I don't know how that shit works. You don't gotta do that.
Hell yeah. I do it already, so I got you. But what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought just a little. Oh, You fucking the video and the song. Tell me about both the song making process and the video making process and the editing process and all that cool shit. Everything that to do with song.
Sure. So for the Gaki, this Lil Dejo, he just one day he just hit me up and he's like, "Let's go to the stew." We went to the stew. We didn't really have anything in mind, but something I always like to do whenever like I'm mixing for my friends is like we sit down, we have like a vulnerable ass conversation. We just talk about shit.
Open up the can of worms.
Facts, like peel back every layer of onion skin, you know, and like talk about shit, and then like from there I choose the beat based on like an understanding of who they are as a person, and that always works. Like they're like, "Oh, this beat's fucking fire," you know, and then they hop on it without like immediately. And like that song took like about like 2 hours to record. We were in the stew for like 6 hours just talking, and like it was like a good experience because that was like the first song that I saw like Lil Dejo really come out of his just like shell like while recording in front of like others, and like really seeing him like put his like energy and passion into it and show that like he actually really wants to do this. Cause like I've recorded with people and they don't put energy into it, and then like I don't release the song cause like it's like I'm not here to just like do shit to be like, yeah, whatever, like I just did this. No, yeah, like no, this is we're documenting like history right now, and like, you know, and yeah, so we just like that was just like a really cool moment. And afterwards, like we were just like we listened to the song about like 10 times, like back to like over and over again. And then like we were smoking, and I was like, we gotta shoot a music video for this right now. And we propped my phone on this like water bottle that was like left like as litter on this like metal fence above this like railroad, and it was like kind of like rainy and foggy, and then it made my camera like smudge, so it gave it like this really like cool like glowing effect to the light. And I kept that in, and like I just like I edited everything on my break at work. And I just like,
yo, I be doing the same shit because I work the overnights. I be taking my laptop to work, editing the pod all night, and because I'm like so meticulous and I like to get fucking like, you know, fun with it and shit, I'll take up like 6 of the 8-hour shift just editing, bro.
Literally that's what I do on my downtime. And it's like after I get like responsibilities, if you're hearing this, my boss, because he's into social media stuff, but fucking yeah, I edited that, and like I posted a snippet of it, or Gaki posted a snippet of it, and yeah,
bro, the snippet, you guys like put crack in the snippet or something, bro. Like that shit was like, I watched it over and over and over and over again, and it's like it being so blurred, it being fast motion, you not really having a clue what the fuck is going on at first. You're just like, oh shit, yo, this is like a fire snippet. Like, it was so fucking sick, and like I thought that shit was so cool. It got me so hyped for the song. So when the song came out, I was like I was actually like when you guys dropped the song, I was actually physically excited. And like, how often does that fucking happen anymore with music? Like, I feel like it's rarely, you know?
Fuck yeah, I love you, dog, for that. Yeah, it's funny because like we were both like, fuck, how do you upload this with like better quality? But also like I've just been trying to embrace like the like, or make it part of my niche to have like either like old or like vintage like camera footage. And like I don't know, like I want that to be like part of like the progress, like how we're making like SoundCloud music right now, you know, like eventually we're going to progress into like bigger pockets or like branch out into different things, you know. And like the same thing with like the music videos. I want it to be like even like the quality itself be like a representation of that, like that growth. And like, cuz I really just want everyone to know that like this shit is just like, you can do it. Like like I really hyper fixate on that because like I remember being like 14, thinking that I'll never be able to do this shit, even though I love singing and like, it's like, yeah, like I'm a regular ass dude, I work a 9 to 5, so it's like, like we can all do this. And
the working man.
The working man. I just want everyone to be more creative, like.
There's no
Dead
excuses, bro. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. If you want it, you go and get it. Even if it's with a phone and the TV playing the beat in the background and you fucking freestyling over that shit. Because that's how I started fucking making songs on like GarageBand with a tablet and shit. Yeah.
Wait, now let's talk about that. How did you record your first song?
The first song that... No, let me think. Fuck. I used to record me playing the fucking like keyboard, but after that I got into me and my fucking uncle made a diss track, and it was, I don't know if it was just, yeah, it was a diss track towards this kid that I went to middle school with, and he was like some dancer kid or whatever, and we made a diss track towards him, bro. And what was it? It was me and him in his closet. And we had one song recording like on camera, and then one phone playing the beat, the instrumental, and then just us like doing the rap over it. And I'm like 14 and he's like 12. And I think that was it. It might have been a little younger maybe even. And bro, and we did that shit, and it actually came out pretty good because I just took the audio from the video and then it was alright. It was doable. And that was it. And then I started putting I got GarageBand, so I would download instrumentals from YouTube, and then I would record into the tablet microphone for vocals. That wasn't very good. And
the beat in the background.
Yeah, that shit was bad vibes, bro. Shit was bad fucking vibes. And then eventually I got Audacity and stuff and moved my way up from there. But long story short, there's no excuses. If you want it, you gotta go and get it. I spent a lot of time making excuses and being lazy and being like, I don't want to do it because I just feel like maybe any little excuse. There's no excuse. You want it, you gotta go and get it. Really, even when you don't, bro, you just gotta really truck it through. There's no way around it. And I know it's so cliche. People say that all the time, but you think old fuck. Usually it's some old dude old fuck, you don't know, shut up, old man.
You realize, damn, he's an old fuck for a reason.
He's wise as shit, but old people aren't always wise, but sometimes they are. But this is, I'm 20. Fuck, I'm telling you it. There's no way around it. Do the work, put in the work, hard fucking work. If you're working a 40-hour fucking week, use any other time you have to fucking get this shit, bro. If you want it, otherwise you don't want it that bad, clearly.
Nah, deadass. I get at least 3 hours of sleep a day.
Yo, facts. I'm so into my schedule, bro, that on my days off I sleep 3 hours now.
I'm like, all right. When I get off of work, I'm gonna go back to making music. Then I have a day off, and I'm still making music, and but then it hits my brain, and I start feeling all right, I need to sleep. So and it's I schedule my sleeping hours so I can be all right, this is the amount of time I have to I can sleep before my brain starts being stupid the next day, and then the next day I do the same thing, and that's just probably bad for my brain, but it's just the hard work and dedication and work ethic that you gotta have if you really want to excel in this shit. And I'm saying that just starting out, because even right now, I still feel like I'm starting out,
Yeah,
it's...
In the bigger picture of things, this is... Sorry, not to interrupt. In the bigger picture of things, this is also the very beginning, very beginning. We're also still so small.
Yep, and there's so much that we have to, accomplish, and it's, we've gotten this far because of how much work we've put into it, but, there's still so much more work to do, and that's never really done. And there ain't no rest for the wicked, man, and I say that in a positive way, being like wicked in the sense where it's like I am crazy about what I do, you know, like if you were to walk into my crib without telling me, you'd see me on the floor rocking back and forth and recording. Like it's not like, you know, like that's the kind of like artist you gotta be. You like really gotta be into your shit.
Abso-fucking-lutely, man. It's funny because like what I remember is like fucking, or something that stuck with me because I'm a fucking dorky nerd. I watched a CM Punk documentary like over and over religiously when I'm bored, and that shit's like 10 to 11 years old now, and it's like just some wrestler that I fuck with super heavy, and they had like his fucking like they had like his like longtime friend slash like ex-girlfriend get interviewed, and she was like, oh, like he was so into his shit that he didn't have time for anything else or anybody else. Like he was a shitty partner because he was so into his shit. And like I know it's like dramatic and fuck, but I was like, bro, for someone to be that passionate, that into something that you're like, and it's not anything to praise, but like, bro, like something that you love and you're so into, because he loved wrestling so much that he had fucking tunnel vision for only wrestling, and making money to wrestle and nothing else, you know? Yep. Like, again, it's nothing to praise. Please do not neglect your partners because you want to make music. Don't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice. Love your partners. Cherish your partner. You know? Anywho. But, like, bro, for someone to be so into something that they could fucking do something so vile, you know? It's like, shit, bro. You must really love that shit and go hard for that shit. And that shit made me realize I'm not going hard enough with, like, anything I do, you know? Is like something like that stuck with me. Like, bro, like I don't feel that strongly about anything I was doing at the time, which was music. I found the podcast, and that's where I found my strength. That was where I found, oh, I fucking like this a lot. Yeah. I'm passionate. I like making music. I like recording tracks. I like recording covers and stuff, especially too. This is where I shine.
This is it, man.
This is it. I had to come to terms with that. I wanted to be the guy on stage. I wanted to be the guy performing with the microphone shit. And I'm not limiting myself. I know I can still be that. I'm open to it. I'm receptive to it. But it's like I very much am aware of the fact that this fit a lot easier than music did. Quicker.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. You were like, if this is what you're gonna do, like, power to you, man. Like, I think that this is like awesome, and I feel like you're bringing something that I talk to everyone about, is that we just need more content like coming out of the scene. Like it's just like bad rep right now. Everyone's just like doing shit, or people are moving funny, or like, you know, but like that's not really what the scene is. Like the intention is the art and the music and like all of this shit, and I love that like you take the time to like actually highlight that shit. It's fucking like dope. And like I watch this shit. Like, I watch, like, your episodes. I haven't watched your most recent one, but that's because I've been, like, so into, like, making music. But, but, yeah, I be watching, dog.
Thank you, bro. People like you supporting, and people like, you know, like, even, like, other people I've interviewed. Like, the other day, I saw a video of Matt the Outlaw, and I, like, commented on his shit, and I was like, yo, bro, like, you're one of the only people, like, really, like, with like jack of all trades, like doing all of this shit like really well, like clothes, music, whatever. I said it all in simpler words. If you go on his post, you'll probably see me in the comments. And you know, like he liked my podcasting, and I was thinking about it like in my head. I'm like, yo, bro, like having so many creatives that do their own things all collectively like support my shit, because I feel like they're so important and should be documented. Like it's such a beautiful exchange of energy, and it makes me so happy. Like, bro, I said it in the Princess Mob episode, and I'll say it again, like, 111 right here. Bro, when it comes to, like, some of my favorite content and, like, favorite shit, like, I'm so heavy in, like, 80s hardcore and, like, all the or hardcore punk shit. Yeah. And, bro, the only way that shit was documented beyond, like, you know, whatever little, like, pops they did, like, was, like, VHS videos and, like, VCRs, like recordings of these motherfuckers from the 80s, you know? That was the only way. That's like pretty much like if the only way we could document our music scene is through like cell phone videos and like you know, like those like funny YouTube video essays like they do for like O Block and shit. Like all of it's like sketchy cell phone videos and like sketchy shit, but they're like super niche and educated about it. Not to get off topic, but that's why I feel like, long story short, why it's so important to document all of this, because if I'm not here doing these interviews, who's going to be doing the interviews? I know there's other podcasts. I've seen the other podcasts around. Y'all not doing it like me, though.
They not.
I'm here sitting down with these motherfuckers in my house talking bullshit, you know? So if I'm not doing it, who will? Because I could sit at a show and interview people for like 5 minutes at a time with a mic in the middle of a crowdy thing, but...
Be like, you got it on you?
You got it on me, you know?
You like it right now?
Or like those like fucking mall YouTube videos where they be like,
that's what I was pointing at.
yeah, like gay son or thought daughter, like at the fucking function. Like, hell no, bro. We're here talking deep shit. I'm not here to talk that bullshit, bro.
Literally.
Document your local scene, bro. And pass that shit back. I gotta talk my shit. Sorry. Is this on? Cool. Let me talk my shit real quick, because like also like I'm not only documenting the New York scene, I'm documenting people everywhere, you know, as many artists as I can. Like I have the Angel Boys and they're in Texas and I like fuck with them so heavy. Shout out Angel Boys, bro. Yo, they're on some different wave, like bro. Shout out Grimm's Laws podcast and Destroy. Bro, and then like, do you know there's fucking Fendi Blunts in New Zealand? And I think that's so cool that there's a whole collective that he's a part of that I've yet to interview that I want to, and they're
in New Zealand,
across the fucking world. I feel like all of this shit should be documented, because who's to say that a bunch of people that I've interviewed start blowing up and like we are like this giant web because of the cult of personality.
Yeah.
Everyone
comes up.
Yeah, you know, like it's like if the podcast didn't exist. I mean, like, even look at, like, 2016 or whatever, because people love to, like, reminisce on, like, yesteryear so much. Look at, like, 2016, bro. Like, the reason why 2016, 2017 SoundCloud was a scene was not only because we had music on SoundCloud, but we had people like No Jumper and stuff like that doing interviews and connecting all of them into one kind of, like, demographic or genre. And it became a scene. It became a trend. It became a collective energy, a collective thing, you know? So we need that in every scene, and I'm proud to be it. So I'm going to talk my shit and say this is very important. The podcast is very important, and thank you for appreciating it and supporting it and watching it. And all you other creatives and just regular people, thank you guys.
Nah, facts. You should definitely talk your shit on that, because I ain't see anybody do it like Mikey does it, bro. Like, never. Like, that ass. Like, I've seen, like... And not to say that y'all don't do good shit, because, like, y'all got good content sometimes. But Mikey always got good content. He always got good content. Like, this shit is very important, and, like, I'm, like, happy that, like, all the people that, like, actually believe, like, strongly believe in this shit, that we're all, like, actually coming together, and it's already becoming that. And it's because you have put these things into motion, and like it's crazy. Like we all have like even if it's just like the smallest nudge, it's like it has such great impact later on in life. And
Butterfly effect type shit,
yep,
bro.
and we're gonna look back on this later on, and it's gonna be like crazy.
There's such a beauty in community in like even talking about the butterfly effect, bro, because there's like a domino effect with everything. Like that's how networking happens, and like it spreads like wildfire. Like, bro, with this pod shit, bro, I interviewed like my friends that I already had, you know, for the first couple episodes. You were the first stranger I had. You know?
Yeah.
And like even then I was still like really unknown, and I was still interviewing only people that I like kind of like were friends with. But then through them, like the first person like that I remember interviewing, or not first person because it was like before them, was like Grimm is Lost was like some of the first people I started interviewing that I didn't know personally, that were strangers on the internet. Yeah. Grimm is Lost, Destroy, Infinity, you know, Podcast, like all the Angel Boys obviously, and some of the people from you know, like 301 set and shit. And like through those like small little inklings, I interviewed more members of 301 Set. Other people from California started tapping into the pod. You know, through you, more New York people started tapping into the pod. I eventually interviewed people all over the New York scene. Like, I realized in a Princess Mob interview, I couldn't recall it because I brain farted, but I interviewed Matt the Outlaw. I've interviewed you. I've interviewed Princess Mob. I interviewed Tier, technically, Sandwich Boy, Tromster. You know, Tromster. Whom else? You know, all these New York people, and I'm like, bro, this is so fucking sick. And it all started with an inkling. You were the first New York person I really interviewed.
Yeah. That's so dope, man. That's so dope.
It's so important, though. That's like,
Yeah.
It's so important to have that community and these webs connecting everything together. If we want to succeed, that is. That's the importance. That's what it's like leading towards the significance.
I think it's awesome, like, cause it's crazy, cause like even like in that 2016, 2017, like 2014, 2015, they were doing this.
Yeah.
They were doing what we're doing now, and people were like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, I remember the first Lil Peep song I ever heard. Like, this was like really early on. Like, one of my friends showed it to me, and she was like, "This is so cool. Listen to this. Like, you like emo music, right?" And when I heard, I wasn't even like, I was emo, but I was like also like on some like Filthy Frank timing. So I was like,
I was on that same shit.
I was all over the place, you know. So and then I saw that shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this emo shit? And like I was mad arrogant about it, and then like, but like being like, this shit is ass. Like,
Yo,
you know, like
that's how I was. Like, that's how I was with like. When I found like Little Pump and shit like that, bro, I was like, yo, this shit's ass. Yo, this shit's so goofy and funny. Plays it again. Plays it again.
Then you hear it at a function, and everyone turns up.
And you're like, oh shit, I'm not like invalid or like weird for liking this. Other people like it, and then you realize you're like collectively weird, and it's great. But I want to move on and back to Indigo because I like that like you and I are both like have this like cult leader complex of just like talking over to everyone like. What's the word? Like preaching, you know? We're just like, yeah, man, the importance.
You gotta acknowledge the audience, man.
Absolutely, engage. But with you, man, I want to recap on something else big you did, which was the backyard show. And you know, we're talking about intimate settings. You're here in my apartment. You had people come to your fucking backyard in the back of your fucking undisclosed location, man. How was that?
Yeah, the bathroom situation was so fucking horrible, and I'm so sorry to my roommates for having to deal with that, because it was like people going back and forth, and like, y'all be sneaky, y'all be trying to do drugs in my bathroom, and I was like I told everyone like, yo, like, this is a drug free show, like, we are not doing this shit. If I find you a shit, like, I'm sorry, but you're getting kicked out. Like, I like really wanted to just be like good vibes, nobody's like too drunk or like anything like or like worse, you know, like, so I just wanted it to be good vibes, you know, like, the bathroom situation was like the only thing like I like had an issue with. Like, there's this one guy that was like trying to press me, or like I pressed him to leave, and but that was like a stupid situation. Fuck that guy. You're no one. The show itself, I'm like fucking derailing because I'm stoned. It was really good.
No,
like,
facts.
I like everyone that came to play, like, they were really trying to impress the crowd, which I really appreciated, because they had like that good energy that like
that drive.
Yeah, and like they knew what they were doing, and it wasn't just like them trying to show off. Or even if they did, it was like in a good way. It was like highlighting like, this is you, this is all of us, you know, like. And that was dope, and like I was like mad anxious to perform. Like, even if it was like just like 20 people, I think, but like I was like, dog, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna fucking, like, I was like,
Barf.
I kept telling people like, nah, you could go first, you can go before me, and it ended up being the last set.
This is supposed to be you were hosting.
Yeah.
The person who cooks always eats last.
Yeah, and like, but yeah, that's also another thing. I don't want I don't want like with this art shit. Like, I don't want to be self-centered at all. Like, I want everyone to like rise with me. Like, everyone that's like supporting me, I'm gonna try to support back like a lot more than I feel like I should, you know, and because that's like I care about this shit a lot, and I want everyone to progress and get better. Like, I think about it like dog, like you see how like fucking like I don't even know if Drake and fucking Future are friends, but like that motherfuckers are like chilling in like mansions, and they like calling like their friend and being like, you want to go to like da da da, and then like they go to like a different country, you know, just because. And it's like, I dream about like everyone having like this lifestyle where they don't have to like worry about like rent, food, money.
Everyone could like do their thing creatively, get their bag off of it, and like go to their ideal places and live their ideal lifestyles and situations. And we just all like keep in touch and network and be like, yo, you want to link up here? Yo, we're doing a show over here. Yo, people come through, and we're all financially comfortable enough to where we're like, yeah, we could do that, and just live life, bro. Like, that's really the goal. Like, trust me, like, that's the goal. Like, I just want to live comfortably off of my passions, so I can provide, obviously, for my loved ones, for, you know, my partner and my little babies and stuff like that. And then also, I want to be able to just like say fuck it and live life and not worry about when's the next time I'm getting paid or anything like that. Just like chilling, bro. That's really the goal. And I want everybody to come with me. I think that's like one of the most important things you say, because people talk about all this in the selfishness of it, in the individualism of it, in the, you know, and all this like weird shit about it that comes with it. Like, oh, I want it, but, you know, they're going to bring maybe 2 people with them or nobody at all because they don't trust nobody.
Like, people always got that mentality, or like I always used to hear this saying. This is a very New Yorker-ass saying.
It's very important to be cautious because there are people that take advantage. But
that is true. There are people that take advantage. But there's this saying where it's like, would you rather be in a bus full of people or riding alone in a 2-seater? You know, like, you know, and it's like, yeah, we all want those nice things, but like, what the fuck is the point of having it if you're not like enjoying it with people like you love? Like,
right.
Like, that's like like that would become like a personal hell.
Even like on some like assurance shit or like validation, like when you doing anything alone has a bit of like doubt or skepticism to it, like at least in my brain. Like, even thinking to myself, I'm like, I can gaslight myself and doubt my own thoughts because I don't have anybody else there to like analyze it with me and like see if I'm like fucking crazy or anything of the sort, you know. Or like making music alone, there's nobody to give you feedback, so you don't know really if it's good or not because you're just going on your own subjective, you know. And so to enjoy things with other people, it feels almost like validating and like confirmation that it's what I'm enjoying is enjoyable and good and dope, and I'm not like, you know. And I guess it's cool. You can obviously enjoy things by yourself, you know, but it's nice. It's nice to have that assurance. It's nice to have that validation, even if you don't need it. It's nice to have it. People are dope. Community's dope. Don't be selfish.
Even on like a simpler like breaking it down to like really simple things, like
Just continue talking. I just think it's like dying soon. Oh yeah, I can plug it in.
just like, you know, life is short, you know. Like, how many times do you get to see someone smile, you know, and like be happy and shit? It's like, it's very like, especially in times like right now, it's very like hard to keep that as a consistent thing. And like, you know, like we all want better for ourselves, but then like lose track of like what really is the point of getting better. Like, we want to get better so that we could like feel happy with the people around us, you know. Like, we be chilling in a room full of 30 people and you'll still feel by yourself, you know.
Right.
But that's why you want to just like make that room of 30 people that like you really love, you know. Make them be like those shining stars as well, so you don't feel as alone, you know. Or make friends with the other stars around you, you know, because everyone's a star, you know, and we can all shine together. That's a very important thing that like whoever's listening, I hope they remember that.
There we go. Push. There we go. It should be charging now, or it's about to when it just turns on.
But yeah, like, especially like right now, like I remember, dog. Shout out LSD is Eternal, because like I think about that motherfucker a lot.
I've heard him by name, but I don't like know him by face or anything.
I made one song with him, but I remember meeting him on the internet and like him hitting me up or me hitting him up and being like, yo, like we should work on music, and I was like, fuck yeah, and like oh no, we were in a group chat. Like these group chats are so important as a starting.
Sorry. Is it charging? Is it charging? Yeah, it's charging now. Bro, Prince's mom spoke about that. That's how their collective started. Like, literally, he started a fucking group chat, and they all were in it, and, like, da-da-da-da-da. And I was, like, saying, like, bro, that really be the most, like... Because, like, you'll just, like, get dropped in it one day. You realize, like, yo, what the fuck? You have to pay attention to it because it's, like, a new chat. And you're like, what the fuck is this? And then it's, like, usually someone's just in there with a goal. Like, hey, I made the group chat because X, Y, and Z, so here we all are. And it's, like, shit. And you network a bunch and shit.
Like, I've met some of, like, the most beautiful souls, like, through that shit, and that's why I wanted to shout out LSD Eternal. I remember we used to, like, wake up at, like, 10 a.m., and he lives in, like, Portland or some shit, like, on the West Coast, like, northern West Coast, and it's, like, is that the northern West Coast?
Yeah, it's, like, 3 hours behind.
But, like, we just, like, have mad, like, talk mad shit and, like, play, like, Roblox till, like 2 in the morning and shit. And, like, then we would get to making music with no sleep, and, like, it was dope. It was, like really cool, because, like, to speak back on what you were saying, when you have no one to tell you if your music's bad or not, like, you don't know how to progress. And, like, with them, like him and, I'm so sorry, I don't remember your name, but I will search you up. But them two, like, we just like gave each other feedback, and like it would feel like personal attacks, because it'd be like, this isn't mixed like right enough, and then it'd be like, oh, but like also it's like, when like keeping that in mind, that you want feedback to know if things are good or not. You can't take it personally.
Absolutely.
You gotta like,
it's like constructive.
Yeah, like if people are gonna tell you it's ass, then like in a way where it's like they're just trying to let you know that like you could do better. There's always room for growth, and like without those two kids, like I would have not grown like at all. Like they're the reason why like I got even the courage to speak to Mikey or Fiji or like all these people, because like I used to listen to their music before I even spoke to them. And I still think you're cool, don't get me wrong, you know, but I thought y'all were so fucking cool, and I was like mad anxious to speak to any of you. I'm like,
it's so funny because in the same time you thought we were so cool, I thought I was such a lame. Like, I thought my music was so lame, I thought I was lame, I thought all of it was so lame, and you thought I was fucking cool. Like, that's so dope.
yeah, I was like, holy shit. Like, and I remember telling all my friends, like, here, like, in real life, I'm like, I used to listen to these people, and now they're my homies, and it's like, and that just, like, that keeps happening over and over again, even with, like, Holocorps, like I was in the start of all of this, like, New York scene. Like, I wasn't really known, or, like, anyone, or, like, didn't go by any name, but, like, my girlfriend introduced me to it, and I was, like, painting, and I was trying to sell, like, art and shit at this one show called Inferno Fest. And that's where I met Mullet and everyone, and it was, like...
What year is this?
This was, like, 2020, I think, or like pre-COVID, I think.
Okay.
And like it was just dope. Like I was like, holy shit, all these people are so cool. I'll never be able to do anything like this, like, you know. And now I'm friends with all of you, and like I love that shit so much, and I love every single one of you, because it's like y'all like really make this shit more of a reality for me, and like make me feel less alone in the fact that I want that to be a reality, because you guys want it too. And like with all my creative friends, it's like that's like the same type of love I have for everyone, because it's like we all have this like collective vision, and we're all coming together and making it into like actual coherent thing. And like That's just mad dope. Like it's still like I wake up every morning being like, holy shit, this is real life. You know, like, and it's so beautiful being a creative.
Bro. Once upon a time, I was the little shit with like barely any friends, And like you would look at like kids with like a lot of followers or a lot of likes like on socials or even just a lot of friends in real life, and you're like, I will never be that ever. And you like come to terms with it and you accept it and you even resent it a little. You're like, yeah, I don't even want that. And now like when it comes to being a creative and finding so many people with a common goal, it's like not only do I have that sense of community that I once envied or resented or even just observed in my youth, but these people and I share a community for the reasons and for the weirdness that isolated me in my youth.
Yeah.
And it's so refreshing and it's so beautiful. Hi, Rolly. Oh, Rolly came out of under the couch. I think he's going to try to open the door and get out. Yeah. You could do it. But don't scratch the scarf, though. Okay, hold on. Yeah, open the door for Rolly. Sometimes he might swat at you, but he's good. You can go, Rolly. All right, there he goes. There he goes.
No, all tuxedo cats are dead ass the same.
Yeah, I got him. I like him because he has the mustache. That's why I like him a lot. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's so fucking beautiful, bro, and it's so refreshing, and I think like it's something that I like that makes me like think about it over again. Like, wow, this is real life. Because at one point in time, even if however old, even like when I was like in high school, I didn't have like a friend group. I just had like my one best friend that I got from like in 7th grade. So it's like, and then like my music internet friends, but that was also like very estrayed still. It wasn't as like prominent. Or no, in high school I didn't even have them yet. So yeah. And then, now it's like, holy shit. It definitely makes you like, and it's good because, you know what, it's just confirmation not only that this is something good and enjoyable or whatever, but it's also confirmation that you're definitely on your path. Because why the fuck am I meeting all these people through this common thing and making all these connections and progressing further and further because I'm meant for it. That's coming back to like the conversation of feet.
Yeah, man. Everything... Shout out to Infinity is that everything that's meant to be eventually will be. That song is one of the songs that really encouraged me to like keep like going on this shit, because it's like, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
Infinity, bro.
Facts. Shout out Infinity.
He was like one of the first people on the fucking pod, and like they're going so hard in Cali, bro. Shout out 301 Set, shout out Infinity, and thank you guys for showing love so early on. That's all I had to say.
Shout out 301 Set, y'all are fire. Yeah, like just like hearing like, I don't know, like just like that entire like 2018 to like 2020 era where everyone was posting music, like that was a cool like moment, because like that shit inspired so many other people to like start doing this shit, because it was like, before that it was like Peep, Tracy, GBC, Ghostman, and like everyone that like blew up, but like they're all like gone now, unfortunately.
Ghostman's doing good.
No, Ghostman's doing good, but I mean like the people that were like there for like like the bigger audience that was like, what's the word, bandwagoning, like
yeah. Oh yeah, they strayed away from it, and like Ghostman and like Suicide Boys and all these artists are like kind of like a little out of touch now, almost. Yeah.
I mean, they do really well at shows,
yeah.
But I think that right now, I think what's happening is that everyone's like, wait, there's not much else that we're gonna get, so we gotta actually start like fucking with these artists.
Like,
we gotta start fucking with these other artists that are like equally as cool, and like, and like. But yeah, then seeing like that scene in like 2020, like 18 through 2020, like that shows like all these kids are doing music on their laptop, and like if they can do it, I can do it. And don't get me wrong, my first song was fucking garbage, but but like it was just a really like inspirational moment in time, and like just like even like the first song, I remember the first song I posted, the first comment I got was, "This shit is gas, but the G is silent." And like, no, you could laugh. That shit was like, I wasn't even offended. I was like, I wasn't even offended though. I was like, that shit was funny. Like I was like actually laughing at it, and but then I realized like, man, like, yeah, I gotta step my game up because like this shit is not good. And then I took a year off. Like, it really humbled me because I was like, this is my new song. I'm Kids with Drugs. That was like my old name. Yeah, that thing.
You remember? That was the name we interviewed you under.
I'm so glad I don't go by Kids with Drugs anymore. Like, that was like.
Talk about that name change.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kids with Drugs was like. The initial intention behind that name was that like, me and my friends, you know, like we were all kids and we were doing psychedelics and shit, and we were like experiencing just like really like weird shit, like. And, like, it was just, like, not cool, but, like, I just wanted it, like, that was, like, my niche at the time, like, spooky, haunted shit. And it still is. I just don't, like, do it in a way where it's, like...
You added more to it. If
yeah.
Anything. Like, it was a foundation at one point, and it consumed all that was the structure. But now you built more on top of it, and it's only just a itty-bitty piece of it.
Literally. But, yeah, I just, like... To like tie it back to like what we were saying earlier, like I don't want to be the person that preaches about like drug use and like being like, I'm gonna kill myself, you know, because like people already feel that way. And like, yeah, sometimes like it's good to hear music, or like nice to hear music that's like saying what you feel inside, but like when you talk about it too much, it like kind of consumes you, and then like you become like the thing that you don't want to be. And like I just saw myself like even at like shows, like the first thing I would talk to people about was like on some Joe Rogan shit. I'd be like, you ever smoke DMT? And like, you know, like people started looking at me weird, and like at the time I didn't really care because I'm like, you know what, like I'm in my own world right now. I have like my own shit. Like I used to live like in like Ridgewood, so like there was like a couple like parks with like mad forest in the area.
Yeah.
And I would just hang out there, trip balls. Like I would always go to like abandoned places or places where nobody really went to with my friends, and we dead ass just lived in our own world. But that also led to like so many bad things happening, and like it just like really started to pile on, and it started to consume me. And like it's also like on some spiritual shit. Like I used to see like this purple demon thing, and I used to like I'd be mad scared of it, because one, I was like, am I like hallucinating right now, or is this shit real? Not even on drugs, like I wouldn't like physically see something there, but like it was just like my crib was haunted, and like it was just like coincidence, like synchronicities in a way that I didn't want them to happen. And like I just like felt like Kids with Drugs was like upholding that energy, and like that's not who I am, and I don't want to give myself up to some shit like that, because like I have so much more to talk about or like say, or like how, like I know I have the power to like move people in like an emotional way that will lead them in a better, like nudge them into like somewhat better path, you know. And like I just didn't want Kids with Drugs to be like what people thought of me by. Like I wanted to be like something else. So then I changed my name to Indigo. And I changed my name to Indigo because this stupid motherfucker that I'm not gonna talk about him, but like he posted this picture where he was like pointing a gun to his head, like a like handgun, you know, and like there was like purple splatter, and like purple's always been my thing, you know. And like the caption was Indigo Ghoul, and like the purple demon, you know.
Yeah.
And then like after that, I'm like, motherfucker, you're telling me to kill myself? Like I changed my name on Discord to Indigo. You can't kill Indigo 444 in this bitch. Fuck you. And then from there, like a couple people started calling me Indigo. And yeah, I've been in Nico since.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we had you on for the in-person interview, when we did it with like Sandwich Boy and everybody here and everybody, fucking yeah, you were already Indigo then, and so like you made that transition pretty early on, because that was a year ago.
Yeah, I just my Instagram username was Kids with Drugs.
Well, how do you land on the 6 Wings Hurt username for your IG?
Okay, so I wanted to take the like the complete opposite path of what Kids with Drugs represented. Kids with Drugs represented like some like not evil demonic energy, but it was kind of like kind of like you ever watch Big Mouth and you seen like the depression cat where he's like mad like cuddly and like loving and like it's like it comforts you with like your misery.
I never watched Big Mouth like beyond like the first episode.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it beyond the first season. That shit was like, it made me really uncomfortable. Yeah. But I really liked when they touched down on depression, because like the depression cat was like a good analogy for it, because it's like comforting energy that like keeps you in like a bad headspace. And like I want to like change my mentality completely. And angels have been my thing for mad long as well. Like that's like what I thought was the coolest out of like everything. I have been really into like biblical shit, because like my psychedelic trips have always had some like biblical meaning to them, and it was just like I started to feel schizo, because like it was just like,
that must be kind of scary, like to have like a religion intertwined with your trips, which is like, you know, already inherently beyond this like realm and shit.
Cause
like confirming it a little in your head, or like maybe like,
yeah, and I'm like, how the fuck do I talk to people about this? Because I remember being in high school and like I would come like late to class, and I'd be like, yo, I just had the craziest fucking trip, and I spoke to like whatever fucking fourth dimensional entity, right? And what time are we at?
We're good right now. We're like the interview probably after trimming and everything, we're like an hour and a half in. It's 5:55 right now, so that'll be 6.
Yeah, so I just wanted to change that, and I took the exact opposite approach, going for angels. And angels are always like ethereal, and like they cry for humans, and like they feel our pain, but they can't like change what we do. But they're trying to help. So, you know, 6 wings hurt. Like angels have 6 wings, but it hurts to be an angel, you know, like
things tired, even like 6 wings hurt. I'm, you know, angel, but I'm tired. Yeah. Tired little angel. Yeah. Dying angel, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I love that. I love that you have that brand, bro. Like, I love when you could just like, I think that's so sick. And I love that you add your your visual illustrations to it as well, like with the little head thing, like which always reminds me of like Adventure Time, like Finn. And then you have the wings and stuff. It's very whimsical, and the fact that you like have that as your trademark, I feel like sets you beyond so many other people, because it gives you a sense of like memorability. Like you're gonna be remembered in people's heads because they remember that little fucking like logo, at least, you know, if they see you at a show or something. Speaking of that, update on t-shirts and merch. What happened to the Indigo t-shirts? I've been asking for a long time.
Alright, so I'm sorry about that. Life has been like grabbing me from my hips and fucking me from the behind, you know, like it's been
tough.
Yeah, girl, like nobody tells you that paying rent and shit is like exhausting, you know, like it's like fuck, like
you think you're like the best financial advisor ever, and then you realize like, damn, I spent so much money this week and I got rent too. Fuck.
Literally, and it's like then you have next month, you know, and like so like that just like warps my like perception of time. But now that like everything's really getting into motion, like actually like I am planning on getting shirts back in. Whoa.
Voice crack. It's okay.
I'm hitting puberty. Let's go.
Yo, that shit happens to me, and I'm the host of this show, bro. And I'd be like,
you can keep it. I don't care. But fucking, you know, things are coming. Like I have new merch, like designs. Like I draw a lot at work, so I always have like shit I'm trying to do. And like right now, like it's getting cold out, so you know.
You're gonna have a lot of indoor time.
You need not even that. Like everyone needs a hoodie, so like you know. So we'll get to that soon. Maybe October. You know, I'm gonna have them. Oh yeah, me and my friends are trying, or me and my friends, like Hollow Corpse is trying to. We are trying to throw a show for October. We are trying to throw a show for October.
Like Halloween.
Yeah, and like I'll try to have some merch by then, and if you come, I'll give you some for free and one of the classic Indigo T-shirts. I'm gonna get one printed just for you.
Yes, bro. I don't have enough underground merch, and I need more. Like, number one, there's only a select few people that even make merch in the underground type shit. And then beyond that, it's like I have one from Private Funeral. It's because I featured on the album. So like Mikeymcchoppa was on the back. I was like, yo, that's fucking sick. The track list and shit. I was like, I'll get it. You know, just to also support the homie too. And then fucking 301 Set. I got that T-shirt too.
I need that one,
bro. Like it's like a web, and I'm like, I fuck with webs. Like OD. Like I want to get a fucking web on my elbow. Fucking forever.
What the fuck does that represent?
Bro, it's a prison tattoo, and it represents like white supremacy and all this fucking bullshit in prison. I'm brown. I am brown. I've never been to prison. It does not apply. Like people like try to make every fucking tattoo mean something.
Yeah.
It's selective and subjective. It depends on what part of the world you're in. It depends on what you've been through. It depends on what color you are. You know, if a white dude has a web tattoo and he looks like a skinhead, maybe be aware. If he looks like a fucking hipster, he's most likely not a white supremacist. He's just doesn't give a fuck about the prison meaning of the tattoo. So, yeah, I've been wanting a web on my elbow forever.
I want to get some shit like that too. I have like this like constant theme going on of like sharp straight lines and like crooked lines.
Yeah.
And I want to get like kind of like a spider web, but like with the cyber sigil art instead.
Yeah.
Right here.
So it's like a little more like modern.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that twist. Yeah, bro. I'm kind of like I'm going for like a weird thing because like this is gonna be straight traditional, American traditional. My whole left side is gonna be like traditional-esque themed, whatever. And the right side, I'm kind of just like doing whatever, like anything black and gray, portraits, fucking little flash tattoos, anything. I want to get, but you know what? I don't want to say too much, but like when it comes to like filler, I'm gonna get super innovative and tie it all together really nice. So
that's fire.
That's the plan.
I'm gonna get this arm is just like outline or like black and white, but I think I am just gonna stay black and white, to be honest. I mean I have purple, but like this arm's gonna be a sleeve, and I want it to be like I don't know, but I'm trying to have like my tattoos like from my left arm to like my back like tie in as like an entire story piece, like how like Buddhist like paintings tell stories where like you look up to the left, you read to the right, and like it's all like tied into one.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. I think that's so sick. I think I'm like a dual person on tattoos because I feel like it's really cool when tattoos are like super deep and have super deep meaning and like stories behind them. And I think it's also super cool when people just get tattoos for no reason, like spontaneous as fuck.
I have a skateboard on my knee that my girlfriend gave me, like in her bedroom, like about like 3 years ago.
Nice.
I got this mushroom because I fuck with mushrooms.
Bro,
I tattooed myself here. These two I did myself.
That's fire. I remember you showing me that thing before. I have I got you right now. Recently I got this one, which I think you saw. The dog.
That's fire. Yeah, that one's fire.
I'll put it on display.
Yeah.
So I got that one, and then I also have that had no like meaning to it at all. I mean, like if you look up the meaning of bulldog tattoos, it's like resilience and like all these meanings. So I guess it means all that. I like that energy on me, but I didn't give that intent. And then if I could pull this up high enough, which I don't know, I have like a Mickey Mouse, an Anarchy Mickey, and then like a little shit ghost that I did when I was 16. And so like how I approach tattoos is like I'll get a tattoo because I think it looks cool. and then I'll give it meaning afterwards. Like, I mean, this one, the native I got with intention to begin with, but the boxer I had saved because it's a traditional design. I just thought it was cool, and then I got it, and I just gave it meaning. I was like, yo, I'm just a resilient ass motherfucker, like from birth, you know, like.
Fighter.
I was a preemie baby, so like I tied that into it like a cornball. I'm like, yeah, bro, fighting since birth, can't keep me down, asshole. And like shit like that, you know, my mom tattoo, my dad tattoo and stuff, all meaning and shit. But it's like, I think tattoos are so cool in both ways.
They're so fucking fire, dog. Like, again, that's another creative thing. That's something I want to get into too, like tattooing.
Bro, you definitely should.
Like, yeah, I want to. It's just time and money, but fucking yeah, I think like I don't think tattoos have to have a meaning like at all. Like sometimes like some tattoos I have just for the sake of the memory behind it, like this big ass like line thing. Like I told my girlfriend one day, I was like, let's go get tattoos, and we just went like, you know, I just chose some random thing, and I'm like, that's the memory behind it.
I just got this one recently.
I saw that. It was so wholesome.
Lena forever. Shout out Lena. I just
so beautiful.
I'm like, it's itching right now, and I'm like, oh shit, I just got a new one. Yeah, it's cool. It's I always forget about these because they're on my sleeves, so they're covered. Like same thing with the fucking thigh and shit. Oh shit. Sorry. Anyway. Hell yeah, bro. Tattoos are so sick, bro. Yeah. I was being stoned as fuck.
I'm trying to be like one of those cholo dads that have like their head tatted, like their neck tatted.
Bro!
They're all fat, but they look cool.
I'm dealing with a dilemma. I want to shave my head one day. Like, not anytime soon. I'm like feeling the long hair. But like, my plan was always to shave my head so I could tattoo my head. But now I'm like emotionally attached to my hair. And like, on some native shit, like, I every time I shave my head, I can feel myself losing a bit of like power, a bit of like like touch. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel it less.
So start with do like pieces, like bits, like shave like the sides, do like something on both sides, or like the back of your neck, like you ever see like, how girls like cut their like hair back, like
an undercut. Yeah,
and like yeah, you can start doing that.
I have to like let this get long enough though to like keep the length, because like I would be tight if it like looks so much. I like how full my head looks and like everything, you know, it's so fucked up.
Yeah, but also like the mullet would go fire.
Yeah, I mean, I already did the mullet. Like, I did the mullet like 2 years ago. So, and I don't really like. Would I do it again? Maybe, but I don't think I would do it the same. Maybe, and maybe I would take like a different approach to it.
Or maybe not a mullet, or I don't even know if it's considered a mullet. Like, I always like get a mohawk and let my hair grow out and flop to the sides.
Yeah.
And like that's what I've been like doing for like past couple of years.
I don't know, maybe like the only way I can imagine me cutting my hair and like getting around it is if I do like some like a native like haircut, which a lot of them are like mullet-esque or like bangs and stuff like that. So something like that to just keep that tradition, to keep that there, because to be bald, I feel like such a fucking like spiritualist white man.
You feel so naked. Like I remember in high school, like, I told my friend, I was, like, going through shit, and I felt, like, manic as hell. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna shave my head. They're like, no, you're fucking not, because, like, all the shawties loved my hair. But, like, even though I was too scared to talk to them, not gonna lie, but, like, fucking... No. But, fucking, I shaved my head, like, right after, and I just felt so fucking naked for, like, a long time, and I was just, like... You move your head and you can't feel your hair like swaying, and it's just like,
bro, you ever? Oh my god!
Start moving awkward.
I remember when I like the last time I shaved my hair, which was in 2021, like end of 2021, bro. I shaved my head and I walked outside like maybe the day after or maybe later that day to like go smoke or some shit, like because my uncle was living with me at the time, and. Bro, it was cold, bro. It was fucking like November, bro. The fucking wind
you feel that
hit my skull. That shit was like, you know, like when they smack someone like who's bald and it's like, psh, it might as well have been that fucking bad. Like it was terrible.
Facts.
What was I gonna say? To move it along though, to keep some structure, I want to talk about you were showing me a lot of unreleased music before we started recording, and I want to talk about just like not only what you have going on and what you have in store musically, but what you're planning on for the future musically, and also like things outside of music but related, like more videos, and we talked on merch a little and stuff like that. Just anything around that.
Yeah, so right now, my collective, we're all gonna focus on like, we're all gonna try to post like one song a week. Like we're gonna try to like really get on like the algorithm and shit, and like, you know, pay mind to that, create more content. I'm gonna shoot a music video for Sheba tomorrow or Saturday. We're planning shows. What else we got going on?
Red Devil music video in store.
Red Devil music video. Thank you for reminding me. Shout out Tier.
Shout out Tier.
Love you, dog. Yeah, right now I'm just focusing on really like honing in on my craft and like making sure that I'm like really producing like quality things. Not necessarily like, it doesn't have to be like the highest quality. Remember, I am still underground, and like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like I don't got no producers or like engineers. I'm like engineering myself, and I'm self-taught.
Everything's DIY, yeah.
Everything is DIY. So it's gonna be like very raw, but like you gotta give it a chance because it's a niche, you know. Like that's like how everything starts. You go back and listen to like bands from like the 70s, and like you don't listen to like the remastered versions on Spotify. You listen to like the originals, and it's like you got the audio in one headphone and then the vocals on the other, and like
yeah, and they record. That was back when they recorded on like a physical thing, and it's all in mono, none of it's stereo, and all that. Yeah, bro. I think about that all the time. Music that was so low quality and it had such a cultural grasp, like Woodstock and stuff like that. Like music that by today's standards would be muddy, would be clipping, would be anything of the sort. Yeah. That's why they remaster every track. Yeah. And they were iconic because they had heart and soul.
It just like feels human and organic, and like, you know, like ain't nobody calling me a fucking plant because like, nah, like
right, no industry plant allegations over here.
No, like, and not saying that like because anybody would call me that now. Like everybody that knows me, thankfully, all the growth that I've had has been organic. So everybody that knows me has known like the shit that I've been doing for a while and have been following along. And I love y'all for following along. Shout out all of you.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I just really want to like get better at all of this and like really make the future something looking forward to.
Evolving and growing. That's what you're doing. Evolving and growing. And you're doing really well. Like, you got super active out of nowhere. Like, within the last, like, 2-3 months, you just got super active on the scene, like, more than ever. And I'm really proud of you. Watching you from when we met all the way back in, like, March or April of 2022, you know, or, like, you know, like, over the Zoom. I've been watching you and your progress, and I'm very proud. I think, voice crack. I think that's so dope, bro.
Another voice
crack. And, you know, for vulnerability. But now that we touched on the present, the future, the past, caught it up a little bit, I guess we'll kind of like lean in towards the wrap up. Pretty much before I even get into that though, is there anything that you would want covered on the interview, on the Indigo interview, second interview catch up? Because it's your interview and it's how you're presented, so it's all in your control and your range. Just anything you could think of, anything at all.
Yeah, go show some love to my new song, Fish Scales, Prod Rubbish. Shout out Rubbish.
Rubbish also produced Amount To, yeah?
Yeah, Rubbish also produced Amount To.
Shout out Rubbish.
Thank you for fucking with my songs, Rubbish. What's it called? Yeah, go fuck with that. Yeah, I don't got really much else to say. We got more music coming soon. Just stay tuned. Yeah, be good.
Swag. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I think this was a really dope like fucking interview, and like it was just a really like I'm sorry for like all the unexpected like audio like fuck ups and shit. Bro, we had to go get a fucking flash drive. I already had to deal with a whole other thing because of the flash drive, and then my audio wasn't working because the interview from last week in this thing won't export off my computer because of storage issues. It's just a lot going on. So he was here for like 2 hours waiting for me to fucking start this shit up. So I apologize.
Nah. It gave me a chance to catch you up on everything and show you songs. So I'm really glad I got that experience. Should I repeat that? Or?
No, it's fine.
Alright.
It's picking it all up, and I'll edit it to where it's like picks it all up.
But yeah. So I'm happy I got to show you everything and catch you up. It was really nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. So now this will lead us to the final question of the pod, which goes a little like this. Indigo, what do you got going on the next day, week, month, year, decade, century, millennium? It doesn't have to be music related. It could be what you're eating for breakfast tomorrow. Just go ahead and give us the rundown.
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna get some chicken and waffles tomorrow morning.
Goated.
That shit is so fucking good, bro. Yeah, just living life, trying to be better, trying to be like happy with where I'm at in life, and just like be grateful, you know. Like
Right.
I'm really focusing in on like trying to like express like gratitude or like be more like loving to the people around me. Feel like a lot of the times like when things get hard, we like lose track of that, or at least I do. And I just want to like be more self-aware and be like loving to everyone, because shit's hard. So I just want to like, you know, be better. But that's about it.
Hell yeah, bro. That's swag. On God. No reality. Man, thank you for coming on and for catching us up.
Of course.
Thank you for being here and being patient. Bro, thank you for like creating, and not only creating actively and like being so active in the scene, but then also like turning around in the same instant and supporting the pod and going so hard for it and coming out here and shit. And bro, it's only good things to say, and I'm so excited for like the path you're on and like what you're moving towards.
I forgot to say, October 23rd, I don't know, but check out Danger Incorporated's page, because I'm opening for them.
Danger Incorporated, that's a pretty big name, no? Or like, yeah, that's really, how did that come to be? Holy shit, wait, what the fuck?
Shout out Mullet for constantly giving me these opportunities, man. He's been a real huge support. But yeah, that's happening, and I will see you guys there if I see you.
Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I won't say that on the podcast.
What's the venue?
It's honestly, hold up. I'm gonna search it up right now so I can give y'all.
A nosy body, just a little bit of a nosy body.
Danger Incorporated. Alright. So it's gonna be Transpicos.
Transpicos, where's that at?
So that's off the L train. You came to my old crib?
Yeah, I have. Right before you moved.
Yeah. It's like 2 blocks away from there.
Oh, that's
so
what's
it's
up.
like
That's what's up.
a little deep from here, but
No, yeah, that shows up.
it's a nice venue, and it's definitely gonna pack out.
Bro, that's so exciting. That's like the perfect way to leave off. Like, oh my God, that's so awesome, bro. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
When I like, cause you know what? Here's the thing. Here's why I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna tell you. All right. You've been doing this for such little time, because this pod hasn't even been around for 2 years. And when I had you on the pod beginning, again, you were like, you had only a couple songs and you really weren't doing anything, you know? And like, not like me trying to like say anything like devious or whatever, you know? Like literally, like you were just chilling, you know? Like you had your little couple tracks and you really weren't, you know, you were chilling. Bro, you're so busy now and so active now, and it's showing, and you made so much progress so quick. That's why I'm proud of you, because there's people who do this shit for however long, and everyone has their own story. There's nothing to compare, because comparison is the thief of joy. But You know, shout out Sandwich Boy for posting down his story the other day. I thought that was such like spitting such knowledge. But you know, you're quick. You're going quick, and I'm very proud because like that's something like that's so dope. You got it.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
It's always hard to receive positive comments. I never feel like I'm acknowledging or accepting them well enough, but I am very grateful for those words. Thank you.
I feel you. It's like being humble and shit, and you just like, and also like, how often, bro? I'm like, how often do we get praised? Like, bro, like I don't know, like, like I don't know, like when people like praise me for like my creative abilities and shit like that, like I freeze up because that's like never before seen. Like, you know, again, it goes back to the whole parent conversation and friend conversation. Everybody, people's wanting to like go to college and work and shit, and you're just like, nah, bro, like I do creative shit, and then people actually like pay attention to it. And you're like, oh. So I feel you. But we'll now lead to the wrap up, which goes a little like this. That this was all the Cult of Personality podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mikeymcchoppa. With me today was our very good pal Indigo. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you guys for watching for the last hour and change or so. Thank you for staying with me for the last hour or so.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been mad cozy in here.
Bro, cozy and cool. Weed, cats, and all in between, you know? I'm trying my best to fucking be persistent with these interviews. I guess I'm going back to uploading weekly because I've been doing so many in-person interviews and I still got virtual interviews to do.
Yeah.
So, more pod activity, bro. See you guys next week. Keep showing love. Keep supporting. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I'm so happy to be doing in-person interviews. Thank you again. And, you know, Indigo 3. Yo, speed you're moving, we'll have an Indigo 3 interview in like fucking 3 months and you'll be on like a tour bus or something. Anywho, y'all, peace, love and hair grease. This was Mikeymcchoppa signing out.